How's it going? Today I'm going to show you how you can export Blender 3D elements like this thing right here to After Effects as a 3D layer using Element 3D and BlenderAE, which you're both gonna need. You can pick them up right here, or you can see if you can find like a pirated copy. I bought them, but do whatever you wish. So first things first, we're gonna want to export our After Effects, our Blender camera. So I have this camera here, which has a camera solve for this shot here on it. I use the motion tracking tools from Blender to create this camera solve, and now I want to export this camera to After Effects using BlenderAE. I'm not going to show you how you can install that. It's pretty self-explanatory. First of all, you are going to connect your After Effects, then you want to check use a comp sender. And this export scale, it's going to come in at 1, but you want to have it at 2.56. It's very important. Also very important is that your resolution and your frame rate for your Blender scene matches perfectly the target comp in After Effects. Now you can hit Export to AE with the camera selected. Obviously, it's gonna come in inside of a new comp. You're gonna just cut it here and go back to your target comp, paste it in here, and this center null right here, you can see it's down there, which is exactly where it is in our Blender scene. So that's looking pretty good. And now next we want to export this thing right here, or whatever is in your scene. For me it's just here. You want to go to File, Export, File, Export, Wavefront, OBJ. And if you have an animation, you want to check Animation Export, which I do, so I want to check that. I only want to export this, so I'm going to hit Selected Only. And now, it's very, very important that this scale is at 102.4. I know, it looks like a very odd number, but thinking in bits, 1024, 256, it might just make sense. So then you want to export your wavefront OBJ sequence. I already did, so I'm not going to do it again. Then you want to hop into After Effects and you want to create a new layer. I'm going to call it E3D. And you want to put on the element effect. Go to Scene Setup. Go to File, Import, 3D Sequence. Then for me it is version 4. So make sure you hit this first one in the line. And also make sure to force alignment from model. Very important. Hit OK. You can see for me it's 37 frames. You cannot preview it here, but if you hit OK, you can see that it magically matches the render perfectly. And now we have it as a 3D object in our scene, which we can rotate around. And look at it, which is pretty cool. Now it still has, the usual limitations of an Element 3D layer. It is basically just on a 2D layer. It is not an actual 3D object. Unfortunately, at this point in time where I'm recording this video, you can only import OBJ files, but you cannot import OBJ sequences natively in After Effects to use with this advanced 3D. I'm hoping very much that they will introduce this option, and I think I read somewhere online that they are going to, or that at least it is requested. But at this point, this is all we can do. And to be honest, it is good enough. So yeah, make sure to check all these settings, double check these settings. This is important, this is important, this is important, and the export scale for the OBJ is important. And then you're good to go. And then you can, you know, composite this in whatever way you want. And you can use AE lights to composite your shot like you would in After Effects. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. If you found this useful, make sure to give it a like so other people can find it as well. And yeah, have a great day.